Okay, time for another Nerdy Virgin podcast. My name is Joshua Snyder. I am a comedian and a human being. Comedian first, human being second. And maybe that's the problem. Maybe I need to learn that I need to be a human being first, everything else second. And I need to be connected with my emotions and with life before I can truly understand what it means to be a comedian. That's probably actually true. Okay. I'm recording this on a Sunday, and I think I'll be releasing this on Monday, or maybe the following Thursday. One of the two. It's getting to be so hard to keep track of these things. And the premise of this whole thing, for those of you just joining in, is that I want to be a headlining comedian. And I want to be able to do an hour. So this podcast is me basically just doing an hour. I come in, I don't really have any idea what I'm going to do. And so there's going to be varying degrees of success and failure with this kind of a thing. This could just be an hour of soft weeping, which paradoxically might be the funniest thing I've ever done. Or it could be an hour of, more realistically, half-finished premises, notions that probably somebody else has come up with, and I can be terrified that, what if someone else has come up with this, and then I will be sued. And it usually ends up with me apologizing to someone or to a group of people, which is what happens when you don't jump into these situations prepared. How am I doing? Good question. How am I doing? I'm feeling a little bit more stable, which is never a good thing, because that just means now I'm not prepared for the next terrible thing that's going to happen. This is why I hate stability. And this morning, what did I do this morning? I thought I'd listen to NPR Sunday. And what I've noticed that NPR likes to do on Sunday is instead of talking about a bunch of terrible things in the news very quickly, they like to focus on one terrible thing in the news and just give you the depths of the horror of the world. I think that the idea behind one of these NPR stories is if at the beginning of this you thought there was any hope or justice in the world, we're going to turn that around for you. Very harrowing story I'm listening about. There's basically people getting kidnapped in Africa and chronicling one guy who has ended up becoming sort of a default hostage negotiator, and how there's just rampant lawlessness and poverty and just horrors beyond imagine. And as I'm listening to this, I'm frustrated because I've got to go to the store and get some more bread. I'm out of bread. So, yes, I feel like anything I complain about now, it should be, I feel like that the tagline, NPR, you think you've got it bad. That's what that tagline should be. My friends, that's what it should be. So, feeling overall a sense of kind of weary. I mean, the comedy club I work at we're in what's called the soft opening, so we're in the process of reopening, and now I think the big thing I'm worried about is, will the virus variants cause another surge? Will we have to close down again? And so that now is kind of haunting me. And I hate that feeling of being haunted. I really do hate that. But then I have to remind myself that there are other hey, Josh, there's other horrors out there. We may never shut down again, but at the same time, I might be kidnapped. Or there might be an earthquake, or, all the other diseases that are out there. All the other self-inflicted diseases, if I keep eating unhealthy. If I decide to go back from this slightly healthier bread I'm eating to the unhealthy bread, then that could lead to something else. There's so many other things to worry about, Josh. Why focus on the one? I feel like I feel like I'm about to break into song there. Worry, worry, so much to worry about. People, processes, makes you all want to shout. There's more to life than the pandemic. What about getting hit by a car? You think disease is scary? Well, what about bad guys like Jafar from Aladdin? Anything is possible. Anything bad can happen. Because at the beginning of this whole pandemic, before it all hit, I thought, it's the flu. It's not a big deal. I actually thought that. And then it turned into this. So now they're saying, oh, okay, we definitely know that we suspect that there's UFOs out there. And now I'm thinking, it's just it's a weather balloon. Oh, it's no big deal. Nope, this could be an invasion. Anything. It could be an invasion. Although maybe they don't want to invade because they don't want to catch the coronavirus. So we might have lucked out there. All right. How am I doing emotionally? I'm feeling I think I'm still really scared. Like, I'm wearing my mask and gloves out in public, and it's weirding people out. I can tell. They're saying, well, you're vaccinated, aren't you? And I'm saying, nobody knows anything. Nobody knows for sure what's happening. Yes, I'm vaccinated, but why? Why are we going back to shaking hands? Why are we going? Why are we doing that? Why don't we wait maybe another year? I'm not saying we keep locked down. I don't want that at all. But let's maybe wait another year before we go back to the barbaric practices of touching each other in a world full of diseases. Let's give it a minute. I want to go now to darkhorizons.com. Let's check out some nerd news, shall we? Let's check out some nerd news. Conjuring scares Quiet Place at box office. Did you see what they did there, by the way, with that title? 2 horror movies. They came. Despite also being currently available on HBO Max, The Conjuring: Devil Made Me Do It is set to beat last week's winner, A Quiet Place Part 2, at the domestic box office. Which I hope that continues, frankly. I hope that movie theaters are able to make money when they spontaneously release it on HBO Max or on the apps, because if they do that, I gotta say, I'm watching it on my iPad. Even before the pandemic, I was only going to the movies once or twice a year for the big stuff. I love this. I love this on-demand stuff. I absolutely love it. I don't want the movie theaters to go under. I think, as a teenager, the movie theater that's where my friends and I went to escape. So I think that's the value of the movie theater, is to escape from life. I get that. And I want them to continue. But now, as a 39-year-old, I want to escape from life, but not while being around strangers who are weird in their own way. I want to escape from my life and be weird, but in my own space. And thus, being able to watch Wonder Woman 1984 on demand was a dream. So I hope that this continues. The Conjuring: Devil Made Me Do It. Interesting title. I like the title. I think the title is a bit, I don't know, it's almost a complete sentence. I mean, there's so many movies out now. I mean, you can't, look at A Quiet Place, just was A Quiet Place Part 2. I don't know why The Conjuring couldn't be Conjuring Part whatever it is. Maybe it's It seems like I think it gets to a point when there's enough sequels where the numbers just don't mean anything. That's what happened with Star Trek. They stopped with the numbers. They got to 6, and then they went, all right, this is kind of... Then when they went to the next generation, then they just started naming them. And and maybe that's better. But I think that the Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It is it's almost a complete sentence. And how far are they going to take this? Hey, did you see that new movie, The Conjuring? How are you doing today? I'm doing fine. How are you? No, that's the name of the movie. The Conjuring. How are you doing today? That's the name of the movie? Yeah, that's the name of the movie. Why is it called that? Well, it's apparently one of the characters in the beginning of the movie asks one of the other characters, how are you doing today? And that's the theme of the movie. How are you doing today? Hey, did you see The Conjuring? I forgot to pick something up at the store. I need to go back and get some bread. Did you see that movie? I hope I got the title of it right. I don't traditionally watch horror movies because I think real life is good enough. I need only open my eyes, and what I see before me is the horror movie. Don't need to go see a horror movie within a horror movie. No, thank you. I'm good. I'm fine. Thank you. I can't even remember. What is The Conjuring again? I need to look this up. Go to Wikipedia. I never see these movies. I don't know what it is. If I'm gonna talk about it, I better do my research. All right, The Conjuring. Well, I would assume that it has to do with conjuring something. Okay. In 1971, Roger and Carolyn Perrone move into a farmhouse with their 5 daughters. Their dog Sadie refuses to enter the house. Their 2 of the daughters find a boarded-up entrance to the cellar. Paranormal events occur within the first few nights. All of the clocks stop exactly at 3:07 a.m. Batteries, man. This is why I always need to have enough batteries. Birds are flying into their windows, and Sadie is found dead in the backyard. One night, Christine encounters a malevolent spirit only she can see, prompting her to claim that the spirit wants her family dead. Boy, they're just... these spirits like to just take their time. But I guess that's why it's a horror movie. It can't be a movie where the whole family enters into the house and suddenly the spirit appears in front of everybody and says, "Hey, get out. All right? Get out. You are not wanted here. This house should be continually abandoned. I don't want people here. Get out." We're waiting around until we can watch movies on demand. We don't need living humans here. All right? Get out. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm a serious ghost. See? See, look. Take this stick. Put it through me. See? Yeah. I can make birds do things. I can make birds kill themselves. Okay? You don't want to get on my bad side. That's a mean thing to do to birds. Make the bird fly into the window and kill itself? What do the birds do? I think there needs to be a scene between the spirit and one of the birds. Hey, we're minding our own business. Stop using us as cannon fodder to make your point to the humans. Ridiculous. I think there could be a whole movie where the birds are like, "Hey, we're not taking this anymore." By the way, does this now mean that there are ghost birds? So you've got the ghost telling the family, "I want you to get out of here," and then you got the bird ghost going up to the ghost saying, "Hey, I'm going to haunt you. I was just flying to get some bird seed." This is ridiculous. I was an innocent bird stander. An innocent bird stander. There's your tag. Maybe that's, dare I say, the name of this podcast. Okay. Carolyn decides to contact demonologist Ed and Lorraine Warren, who have recently investigated a possessed doll called Annabelle. These are apparently the leads, I guess. Sort of. Played by Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, I think. The Warrens agree to take the case. They conduct an initial investigation and conclude the house may require an exorcism, but they need authorization from the Catholic Church and further evidence before they can proceed. Ed and Lorraine discover that the house once belonged to an accused witch named Bathsheba Sherman, who sacrificed her week-old child to the devil and killed herself in 1863 at 3:07 in the morning after cursing all who would take her land. Well, that'll do it. They find reports of numerous murders and suicides in the houses that were built on their property. You know who's not in this movie? The real estate agency that somehow seems to keep selling these houses. I don't know who these people are, but they can sell anything. Ed and Lorraine place cameras and bells around the house with the help of their assistant, Drew Thomas, and Harrisville police officer Brad Hamilton. One day, while the children are out for ice cream, Bathsheba appears in Carolyn's room and vomits black bile into Carolyn's mouth, causing her to become fully possessed. Wow, that's pretty intense. That's pretty graphic and pretty intense. How did she know how to do that? I mean, if she dies and she's encountering the devil and she says, I'm going to go back and haunt these people, does the devil say, hey, listen, hang back a second. You can't just walk in there without knowing what you're doing, all right? You need to vomit black bile into whoever you want to possess. Is that really what we do? Yeah, you vomit black. How do I just do that? I don't know. You don't have to think about it. When don't worry, you don't overthink it. When you want to possess someone, just kind of look at them and just, point your mouth at them, and the rest will take care of itself. Who designed this? I did. I, the devil, designed this. Is this really the... Listen, I don't mean to question you. I mean, you're the devil. I don't mean to question you. But is this really the most efficient way? What, you want me to... I'm the devil. Do you want me to find a pretty, nice way to do it? What are you saying? Do you want me to make a cup of sweet tea and give it to them? Do you want me to give them an apple? What am I, the witch from Snow White? I'm the devil. We do things, we vomit into other people's mouths. That's what we do. That's our thing. Don't question me. Now you get back up there, kill some random birds, and get to work. Yeah, that's gross. Okay. They see Cindy sleepwalking. They hear a spirit luring Cindy into the wardrobe where she reveals a secret passage inside. How can there be a secret passage if the house was demolished and there was a previous house? Well, I don't know. They enter the passage and fall through the floorboards into the cellar where she sees the spirit of a woman whom Bathsheba had long ago possessed and had used to kill her child. Boy, this is getting complex. How many spirits are... I mean, there's all these... This is wearing me out here. I mean, we got the two spirits. They got the birds. You killed them. Is the spirit of the dog is running around going, I told you people not to come in here. I told you, why don't you listen to dogs? Now I'm running around. There's this ghost bird over here. Okay, so, let's see. Lorraine enters the passage and falls through the floorboards. Yeah. The Perone family decides to take refuge at a motel while Ed and Lorraine take their evidence to Father Gordon, their liaison at the Catholic Church. What? There's a lot of red tape here. There's a lot of... After the Warrens show their evidence to Father Gordon, he explains to them that the approval to perform the exorcism would have to come directly from the Vatican, since the Perone family aren't members of the church, but insists he will push it through himself so they can get the approval as soon as possible. Boy, how did this suddenly become a paperwork issue? Sorry, you didn't fill out the right form. People are vomiting into other people's mouths over here. Can we get help? Yeah, I'm gonna need a W-9. Well, nobody's getting paid. The Warrens' daughter Judy is attacked in their own home by Bathsheba, utilizing Annabelle, though Ed and Lorraine arrive in time to save her. Carolyn, now possessed by Bathsheba, takes Christine and April back to the house. Ed, Lorraine, and Brad find Carolyn in the cellar trying to stab Christine, with Roger and Drew preventing her from doing so. After tying Carolyn to a chair, Ed decides that the exorcism needs to be performed on Carolyn, but realizes there's not enough time to wait for a priest to arrive. Ed decides to perform the exorcism himself, and in the process is attacked by Bathsheba. Though Carolyn escapes and attempts to kill April, Lorraine is able to distract Carolyn from killing her daughter by reminding her of a special memory she shared with her family, allowing Ed to complete the exorcism, saving Carolyn and April and lifting Bathsheba's curse forever. Returning home, Lorraine tells Ed that they had been left a message stating that they had gained approval from the Vatican to perform the exorcism. They also have another case to investigate on Long Island. Before leaving, Ed adds a music box from the Perone's house to a collection of items he and Lorraine have saved from past cases. It inexplicably opens and plays music. I don't know what just happened there. Probably better to watch the movie. Probably better to watch the movie. How many sequels have there been on this? Oh, just 3. Oh, and then 3 films about Annabelle. And the Nun and the... Oh, okay, so there's a whole universe. Wow, all right. There's a whole universe of this going on. Well, I'll tell you right now. I don't mean to make this a religious thing. And I've talked about this before. But how come they never go to... Why does the Jewish religion never consulted? Because I feel like, maybe, and listen, I don't mean to insult any religion. I'm not, I don't know much of anything about the Catholic faith, but I feel like if they had gone to the Jewish community with this, and they said, hey, we need to perform an exorcism, and the rabbi they went to said it's got to come from the top rabbi, I feel like it could have been handled with a phone call. He said, listen, they got a thing. There's this, they're vomiting in people's mouths over here. We can't wait for the phone. Get Bernie on the phone. Get Bernie on the phone, all right? Get Bernie on the... Bernie, it's Rabbi Birnbaum. Bernie, they got this woman at this house, this ghost, and she's vomiting in other people's mouths, and this ghost is killing birds. Bernie, I don't know what kind of bird. I didn't ask what kind of bird it was, Bernie. Does it matter? The genus and the species of the bird, Bernie? Does it matter? We need to get permission from you so they can go and they can perform the exorcism. We just need to get the permission. Can you get this done, Bernie? Bernie, you said, Bernie, you said if there's ever an emergency, we could call you whenever we needed to call you. I know it's a Sunday, Bernie. I know. I know the Broncos are playing, Bernie. I know. All you need to do is just shoot an email to these people so they can do the exorcism, Bernie. That I'm going to go and I will handle the exorcism. All you need to do is write an email, Bernie. All you need to do is write an email. Why do we got to go around and around like this, Bernie? Birds are being thrown into windows, Bernie. TiVo the Bronco game. I feel like that's how it would have been handled. Whole different movie. Whole different movie if that were the case. Whole different movie there. A demonologist couple That's got to be fun. I hope they don't get divorced. I feel like that would get messy. Your Honor, in the divorce case, my client would like to call the devil to the stand. Objection, Your Honor. The devil is not pertinent to this. I'm going to overrule that. I think that in this case, devil might be primary source information. Permission to treat the devil as a hostile witness. Duh. So, devil, describe in your own words the relationship between these two demonologists. Oh, it was fraught. It was fraught. There's a lot of lying, especially on the part of the husband. A lot of lying, saying that he was going bowling and it turned out he was getting drunk with friends. A lot of, just, I don't want to necessarily say that he had an affair, but I can certainly tell you there was a lot of flirtation going on with the secretary. I really think, this is a mess. That's all I'm saying. And I'm the devil. And, listen, I've seen a lot of people vomit black bile into other people. But none of that was as disgusting as the things those two people have said to each other when they're having a fight. And I'm the devil, all right? I've seen a lot of stuff. Okay, that's a thought there, isn't it? That's a definite thought. Can I tell you I'm flipping out just even talking about this because now I'm terrified that I'm tempting the devil to attack me. You know what's weird? What's totally weird now that I think about it? I feel like whenever bad things happen, I immediately blame God, but I never blame the devil. And I don't even know if either exist. But it's odd that I immediately, I don't know, maybe there is the devil doing stuff. I always like to know in these movies, where is God? In these movies, God always seems to be absent. There never seems to be a conversation with God about it. Hey, God, did you hear about the possessions down there? Yeah, I'm sorry. I couldn't get to it. There was this whole, the universe was about to collapse in on itself. I had to call Carl in. It was supposed to be his day off. And we spent all day on it. I'm so sorry. I totally missed it. Put in a support ticket and I'll probably be able to get to it in a couple of days. Yeah. Oh, it's interesting. All right, we're at the halfway point of the podcast, roughly about 26 minutes in. And my goal is to do about 50 minutes. So that was nice. That was a nice rolling moment there. Now I need to talk about something else. Need to keep going. Like part of why I want to do this is I want to get used to the idea of being able to talk for an hour and be engaged for an hour. Because if I want to be a headliner, I gotta be able to deliver the goods, man. I gotta be able to deliver the goods. And I want to get used to moments where maybe I don't have anything to talk about. And there's a total blank space. And what do I do? Where do I go? Where do I go? What do I dig from? And I dug right down to the bottom of my soul to see what I had inside. Yes, I dug right down to the bottom of my soul and I tried. That is from a chorus line. We used to listen to that driving up to the mountains. We would listen to musicals and movie music. Mom wanted the musicals. I wanted the movie music. We had to compromise. And then finally, once I got my compact CD player, I could listen to whatever I wanted to while they listened to whatever they wanted to. And life was beautiful. It was very difficult to go on trips with my parents when I was an adolescent. Very difficult. Because all I wanted to do was find a place to be alone so I could do you know what. I don't need to spell it out for you. That might be, by the way, I don't have kids. I know nothing about raising kids. But I really do believe that the secret, perhaps, to raising a teenage boy is this. 1 hour a day, every day, you're the parent, leave the house. Just announce, don't look at the boy, don't even look at the teenage boy. Just say, everyone, I'm leaving the house. It is now 4:12. I will be returning at 5:23, exactly 5:23. It is now 4:12. I will be returning at exactly 5:23. Just letting everyone know that I'm leaving at 4:12 and returning at 5:23. The only problem with that is that if my parents knew what I was going to be doing, I couldn't do it. So you've got to disguise it. You got to do a better job at disguising it. That's the only flaw with that plan. It's got to be a situation where, hey, honey, I just want to let you know I've decided that I'm helping tutor one of the local children, helping them with their English homework. Now that you're older, I feel like I can, don't have to be keeping an eye on you all the time. So it's going to be 1 hour a day at from 5:02 p.m. to 6:23 p.m. exactly. I'm going to be doing that every day, 7 days a week. In fact, Sunday, I'll actually be doing a morning session and a late afternoon session because he needs a lot of help with his English. A lot of help. He is, let's just say, he is very, very, very new to English, and it's very exciting to him, and he needs a lot. Boy, that almost makes me sound like I need to be arrested. That's what my theoretical teenage son would do based on that scenario right there. Well, this has gone disgusting. This is what happens when you don't plan a podcast. This is what happens. This is what happens. This is what happens when you don't plan. Should I just make a musical interlude? This is what happens when you ad-lib. You think you're being clever, but you come off kind of glib. And you paint yourself into a creative corner. And as a result, when you're trying to rhyme with corner, you can't. Ad-libbing a podcast is not for the faint of heart. It's unfinished, not so complete stuff that you label as art. You think it is funny, and maybe it is to you, but to everyone else, you're just a lonely little Jew. There we go. There's something. How am I not on The Masked Singer? I ask you, America, how am I not on The Masked Singer? All right, let's go back to movie news. Excuse me while I unlock my iPad. Not a euphemism, by the way. Okay. Christina Ricci joins Matrix 4. I thought they were finished with The Matrix 4 already. An updated press release has indicated that Christina Ricci has been quietly joined the cast of the still untitled fourth The Matrix film. How can it be quietly joined if I am reading about it on a press release? What? We are announcing that Christina Ricci has secretly joined the cast of The Matrix 4. No one has any idea that Christina Ricci, America, has joined the cast. Yeah, that's fun. Ooh, Neil Patrick Harris is in it too. That's fun. The new Matrix is still on track to be released in cinemas on December 22nd. Yeah, I thought they were done by now. That's fun. All right, good. That's a fun thing that happened. Look at that. All these people joining secretly. Quietly joined the cast. Well, you know what? I should be fair. They didn't say secretly join the cast. They said quietly join the cast. Quietly join the cast. Actually, now that I mention it, how do you loudly join the cast? How do you join a cast loudly? Would that be a situation where Christina Ricci says, "Hey, Starbucks people, the random Starbucks that I'm in right now, I just want you all to know I'm in the new Matrix movie. What are you doing with your lives?" Is that how you loudly join the cast of something? Oh, you're making a Starbucks? You know what I'm doing? I'm going to be drinking that on the set of The Matrix 4. All right. Horizon Forbidden West, PS4 versus PS5. Horizon Forbidden West. Wow. That's an intense name. I know nothing about this game. Let's go to Wikipedia and see Horizon Forbidden West. What's up with this thing? What's up with Horizon? What's the premise of this? Horizon. What is it? Forbidden. An upcoming action role-playing game. It continues the story of Aloy, a young huntress of the Nora tribe sent on a quest to the arcane frontier known as the Forbidden West to find the source of a mysterious plague that kills all it infects. Oh, good. Just what we need. How timely. On her journey across these uncharted lands, Aloy encounters hostile regions ravaged by massive storms and occupied by dangerous enemies and deadly machines. She also discovers a vast array of environments and ecosystems, including lush valleys, dry deserts, snowy mountains, tropical beaches, and ruined cities, both above and below the water. Oh my. Tropical beaches. I wonder if there are resorts in this game. Excuse me, I see that you're fighting this giant mecha, and this is actually private property. This is a sandals. This is a Forbidden West sandals. I'm going to ask that you please take your quarrel outside the range of the beach. Thank you. Thank you very much. This is a private beach. I will call the beach patrol if you don't take your giant robot bear or whatever's going on here and leave. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay, so here's the reality. Here's what's throwing me. All right, here's what's grinding my gears. What threw me about this? It's called Horizon Forbidden West, right? But when I look at the artwork for the cover of the game, Horizon is huge, and then it's underlined, and then under it, so this is a sequel. Under it is Forbidden West. So it should be Horizon and then a colon, Forbidden West. Horizon, colon, Forbidden West. Not Horizon Forbidden West, one big sweeping thing. It sounds like it's just somebody's frantically... What are we going to call the movie? What are we going to call it? Horizon Forbidden West thing, game, play of game thing. We'll just call it Horizon Forbidden West. No, it should be Horizon, colon, Forbidden West. Obviously. Obviously, America. Obviously. That's very frustrating. Very frustrating. I'm looking at there's a picture of one of the robot things that she's fighting, and it looks like a robot. Well, I don't know. What is this? It kind of looks like an elephant, but with robotic arms, and then on top of that is a thatched boxes, and in those boxes are the people who are controlling this giant mecha beast. So it kind of looks like a cross between, it's like taking advanced machinery and combining it with like the kind of thatched bamboo work that you would see island nation people building when they're building a canoe or they're building a beach house. So it's like a kind of a combination, a merging of things, and it looks it all looks. And I gotta say, in the background, they are on a tropical beach. It's a very nice looking tropical beach. It's very, like if I were the owner of a sandals, I would be like, well, how forbidden is it? Nothing is forbidden if you have the right price. I feel like the Hilton Consortium could turn that Forbidden West into a Forbidden Weston. I don't know if Hilton owns Weston, but that works perfectly. Forbidden Weston. Forbidden Weston, people. Maybe that should be the name of the podcast. Okay. Okay, they're interviewing the writer of the new Loki series. I came up with the emotional engine of the whole thing. The fans of Loki watched him experience the character arc through Infinity War, and in a lot of ways maybe even arc out. How do we break new ground with this character? What better movies and TV shows did I intend to rip off in each episode? One of his influences, of course, Blade Runner. Yes, Blade Runner is always an influence. Everyone is influenced by Blade Runner. I feel like, and that's what it feels like. Whenever they interview anyone in movies or TV, we were influenced by Blade Runner. Probably even beyond that. So I understand this. You have this new economic policy. It was influenced by Blade Runner. That's very concerning. Yeah, there's certain people you don't want to be influenced by Blade Runner. So I understand you're overcalling the healthcare system. That's correct. And what model did you use? Blade Runner. Oh, my. Okay. I understand we're overhauling the infrastructure of Los Angeles. How did you come about that? Well, I watched the movie Escape from L.A., and we're just doing that. Okay. Oh, good. All right. Good. Fantastic. Great. This is... we eagerly await this. Survey. New consumer habits are here to stay. %84 of participants spent more time with entertainment during the pandemic. 67% intend to spend more time consuming entertainment in a post-COVID-19 world and not fleeing to more social or less household activities. 70% of responders also reported using multiple streaming platforms. 40% say it has become more important that the entertainment is mood-boosting. 33% said that they plan to subscribe to or use more platforms. 50% of consumers say their fandom was strengthened during the pandemic. 33% say they took up a hobby thanks to entertainment they consumed, a.k.a. chess, due to the Queen's Gambit. That's interesting. I wasn't one of those people because I watched Star Trek, and you know what hobby I did not take up? Having a positive attitude. Boom shakalaka. That's a podcast. That's a podcast. The division's head says in the statement, what consumers are telling us is that now they have formed many new habits, they won't let them go. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. It's amazing. If something else extreme happens, they may let things go very quickly. Okay, let's go. Let's parse this, actually. Let's parse this. 84% of participants spent more time with entertainment during the pandemic than in the previous year. Well, that makes sense. At home, nothing else to do, watching the stories. And I heard that quote early on that I hate, which was, well, during Shakespeare's time when the plague hit, he wrote King Lear during the pandemic. And we see 84% of people did not opt with the Shakespeare route. 84% of the people went, we don't even want to read or watch any version of King Lear. We're going to watch Netflix. So that's progress, people. Progress. Let's see. 67 intend to spend more time consuming entertainment in a post-COVID-19 world and not fleeing to more social or less housebound activities, as has been speculated. So I think what they're saying is people don't want to go out and do stuff. They want to stay in. They want to continue staying in. Now, that'll be fascinating to see if this represents a major paradigm shift, because as somebody who wants to perform comedy live in front of people, it's a bit distressing to read about how nobody wants to leave the house. And the solution to this might be either I have to go to their house now, or Zoom is going to become the new normal. Truly fascinating, my friends. Truly fascinating. And terrifying. I mean, I have, now that the club's open, I have been spending, a little bit more time with people again. And, I have mixed feelings about it. Because on the one hand, I feel like we're all a little nutty. And I know I'm nuttier. And in the interactions I'm having, I'm feeling like we're all a little just kind of nutty right now. A little too, I don't know, just nutty. So I've had some kind of weird interactions already. And I'm probably the cause of it. And I find that the last two nights where I have been around people, distinctly after I'm around them, I actually have to take about 15 or 20 minutes and be alone again and just decompress. Because it's just I don't know, the stress of, I'm still neurotic about the disease part of it, and the being around people, being in that energy, it was creating kind of a new kind of stress. Not horrible. It was nice talking to people. It was nice. Part of it was not, I'm not saying it was all bad. I'm saying in many ways it was nice, but I did have to decompress afterwards. And I guess that makes me an introvert. So how did you decide to model your emotional makeup and your outlook on life? Oh, I was influenced by Blade Runner. Oh, all right. Cool. Cool, man. 70% of responders also reported using multiple streaming platforms during the pandemic, with the same number answering they will continue to do so after. Well, yes, that makes sense. Although, you know who I'm proud of? The 30% who didn't. The 30% who said, screw it. I have Netflix. I'm only watching what's on Netflix. I'm not playing your game, America. I'm Netflix forever. I don't need The Mandalorian. I don't need the Snyder Cut. I'll just find the Netflix equivalent of those two things. You know why? Because all of this is the same. Mandalorian. Loner with a gun. Goes around saving people. There's about 19 of those on Netflix. Snyder Cut of the Justice League. Heroes struggle to be heroes. Another 19 versions of that on Netflix. I'll just draw a little bat mask on the guy on the Jupiter show on my iPad. There, Justice League, done. 40% say it has become more important that entertainment is mood boosting. Does that mean that the others? Does that mean the other 60% are like, no? If I'm depressed and suicidal, I don't need the show I'm watching to help me feel better. I wouldn't put that on the showrunners of The Mandalorian. No. It's fine. In fact, I don't mind feeling worse after I watch these shows. I prefer to feel worse after I watch these shows. That's how I like to punish myself. I've been influenced by Blade Runner. 33% said they plan to subscribe to or use more platforms. 33% plan to consume more international and or diverse voiced content. Again, that's a horrifying... You're saying 33%... You're saying the other 60 or 70% of people, because I'm bad at math, are like, no. I'm only watching... I only want to watch white people. Is that what that one is? 33% plan to consume more international and or diverse voiced content. I'm scared of the other. No, only white people. Only white people is what I want to watch. Am I reading this right? 33% said content will need to address social and cultural issues. Again, also, the other ones, nah, whatever. Let the world go to heck. I don't care. And 25% plan to consume more genres. Now, the 25% planning to consume more genres, I feel like I need to take a harder look at myself there because I tend to stick to sci-fi. I don't really delve into horror. Another one I don't really delve into is romantic comedies. Maybe if I watched more romantic comedies, my life would be better. Maybe that would boost my mood. Is that possible? 51% plan to consume more live sports than pre-pandemic. Does that mean go to live sports or watch live sports? Now, what I find fascinating, 50% of consumers say their fandom was strengthened during the pandemic. We're a communal species. We form bonds. And during the pandemic, it makes sense to me that I'm going to root for my team because it's the one thing keeping me going, or I'm going to keep watching Star Trek because that keeps me going. That makes sense to me. That makes sense. That now they're going to have this link to this thing. It's good branding. See, the silver lining. Good for branding. When people have no hope. Good for branding. Good thing to be aware of. I'm glad I'm finding the selfish capitalist pig way of looking at things. I feel like I'm really growing as a person because I was influenced by Blade Runner. 33% say they took up a hobby. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't take up a hobby. Oh, we're at 53 minutes. We did it. We're there. I need to wrap this up. You know what my hobby is? Podcasting. That's my hobby. There. Your podcast delivered to you neatly in a bow. So I am getting into a southern accent there. Doing our first live nerdy themed comedy show on June 20th at Flappers Comedy Club and Restaurant, 5 p.m. And then at 7 p.m., we are doing it as a virtual show for those who can't make it physically. So June 20th, Father's Day, people. Father's Day. We're doing some fun shows. It should be a lot of fun. It should be fun. It should be a lot of fun. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed listening to me yell at you. I want to apologize if I offended anybody by anything I said. Hopefully I didn't. And this was nice. This was a nice little moment we had together. This was good, even though it's kind of a delayed thing. If you're listening to this, it's way after I'm done doing it. But yeah, this was nice. This was fun, I should think. Follow me at Nerdy Virgin on the YouTubes and the TikToks and the Instagrams. And I will, we'll do this again. Let's do this again. This is fun. Let's do this again.